I would like now to call somebody that I've been working very, very closely with. She's always been so helpful. If we don't know the direction, we don't know what to do, is the person that I've been calling 24 hours. That is Professor ProfdeWet. We've worked on a number of programs together, starting from the space law course 2 years ago with the University of Cologne. They've gradually continued. We even have an LLM specialization now, and all thanks to her. If Professor ProfdeWet, you could come and give us some closing remarks. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure for me and honor this evening to just say a few words of thanks before we enjoy our dessert and the rest of this evening. And a few words of thanks to all of those who've made this evening possible, the first Africa round of the Manfred Lux International Space Law Moot Court competition. And it's somehow, Lulu, it's difficult to think it's been only 15 months or 16 months since we've actually started to run with the capacity building on international airspace and telecommunications law. Somehow it feels like 15 years already that has gone past. But it has been a great pleasure to work with the Department of Trade and Industry and also with the support of the CSIR over the last 18 months, and with the CSIR more intensively also the last couple of months since we've been organizing the moot court. Ms. Majaja and Lulu, I think it's been a very pleasant team and a very efficient team to work with. And I do think it's been a true team effort. And I would also at this point like to thank my staff at the Institute for International Comparative Law in Africa, who has also been extremely dedicated to all the practical tasks and the banal things that need to be in place before one can have a competition like this, and who have worked tirelessly and on whom I can rely at any time of day and night to roll up their sleeves and be of assistance. And that includes Ms. Pumeza Matwa, Kenneth Sitebe, Wilhelm Preller, Rufaru Mavunga, Lisa Clark, Daniel Rafferty. Have I forgotten anybody? Everybody else who's been willing to jump in, and it's been a great comfort to us that you've all been in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, just to mention that the moot court competition, this is the first Africa regional round, and we intend also in future to intensify the publicity for the Africa regional round for this competition in order to include more teams from more countries, and also as a form of capacity building for those students involved in this intensive exercise. But it's only one of various projects by means of which, together with the Department of Trade and Industry, we are trying to build capacity in the area of airspace and telecommunications law. We have last year, for the first time, offered a short course on international airspace and telecommunications law, which we've built on. This year we offered it for the second time, and this is for anybody working in the industry of airspace and telecommunications law. It can be lawyers, it can be non-lawyers. It was generously sponsored by the DTI. This year we also opened up the short course for participants from other African countries, and we actually had some colleagues from Nigeria participating. And we have also introduced a specialization in our master's program on public international law, focusing on airspace and telecommunications law. And this was also, I must say, this was already in 2009, the DTI approached us and urged us to develop capacity in this area. So, and we needed to think how we can do this, how we can actually make this work. And this year we've introduced the module and the specialization in the LLM program. And we hope also to attract increasingly students from South Africa and other African countries for this program. It's the only one of its kind on the continent. So we have a long way to go and a lot to learn, but we are definitely moving in the right direction. I would now also particularly like to thank Dr. Martinez, and since he will not be with us tomorrow evening, he's already getting his present now. Dr. Brisby, if we have not forgotten you, but you still have to work tomorrow and earn your gift. And depending on who wins, you may get a nice one or a less nice one. Yes. And also for the Aerospace Industry Support Initiative for generously sponsoring the gifts. And also, as you've seen their logo everywhere, this event as a whole. Dr. Martinez, would you please relieve me of this heavy package? Okay, and now all that remains for me to say is thank you all. Also, of course, the participants without whom this event would not have been possible, and who still have a very long day ahead of them. And our Nigerian colleagues only arrived this morning after a torturous experience at the South African High Commissioner in Nigeria. And we're delighted that all our teams are here, and we're looking forward to an excellent competition. And I would really like to encourage everybody who is here tonight to somehow be present tomorrow at the event. The knockouts are throughout the day, the morning and the early afternoon at the UP. The finals will be held at the High Court in Pretoria. We're starting at 5 o'clock. We're there after coming back for a wonderful award ceremony. So even if you can only join in for the party, please come. And you're welcome. Some of you wanted to bring your spouses or partners this evening, but we were a bit short of space, but they're welcome to come tomorrow evening and then join in the event. We have some programs there at the back that you're welcome to take. Also, we've organized for parking at the High Court. It's the parking of the High Court. Just please Google it. I'm not going to explain it to you now, but there will be parking for you. It's the parking of the High Court. We've reserved space, and it starts at 5 and will be done by 6:30, and then we come back to the University of Pretoria for the awards event. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you, thank you for being here, for your time. We're all extremely busy people, and we are delighted to have you with us and that you took the time to be here with us tonight. It is a wonderful way to start this new era of capacity building in the area of airspace and telecommunications law in South Africa. Thank you.